The first Indigenous pilot from the Canadian Arctic, for 60 years, Fred Carmichael provided northern aviation service ranging from bush flying to charter flights through interests he developed as an entrepreneur. Beyond his flying experience, he has served northern interests, aviation, and community organizations in both appointed and elected positions. Born on May 6, 1935, in Aklavik, Northwest Territories, Fred Carmichael was destined to become an aviation pioneer in the Canadian Arctic. He had an early interest in flying from the days of his youth, and after working on the Dew Line, he earned enough money to take flying lessons in Edmonton and earn a pilot's license. In 1956, he purchased his first airplane, a used Stinson Voyager with wheels and skis, and flew the aircraft home to Aklavik, beginning a lifetime in aviation. And in 1958, Fred became the first Aboriginal pilot in the Northwest Territories to earn a commercial license, which he holds to this day. In 1959, Fred began operating Reindeer Air Service Limited, obtained a specialty license for aerial patrol, and began flying personnel and supplies to support a government reindeer herding project in the Mackenzie Delta. From the mid 1950s until the early 1960s, he volunteered time to build airstrips in Aklavik and at Reindeer Station, 80 kilometers south of the Arctic Ocean. In 1960, he entered a partnership to obtain a charter license and moved to Inuvik to take advantage of business opportunities. Business was not easy flying in northern Canada, with stiff competition from other companies, but soon the operation grew to a fleet of 15 aircraft, consisting of twin-engined Dakota DC-3s and Curtiss C-46 aircraft in scheduled service from Inuvik to Yellowknife with Reindeer Air Service, while Beech 18s and single-engine aircraft were part of the operation. By 1974, Fred had sold the company and spent the next several years flying for Ken Boric Air Limited in northern Canada. He continued to build on his experience as a pilot and entrepreneur by flying a variety of aircraft in all weather conditions, on wheels, skis, and floats, providing service in the north for trappers and rescue flights alike, while continuing to pursue business interests through formation of Antler Aviation Limited and Western Arctic Air Limited, and in operating his air tourism business, Arctic Nature Tours Limited, to introduce visitors to northern sites. For several years, he showed the northern country he loves to visitors while continuing to work as a commercial pilot for his son Frank, who owned and operated Arctic Wings and Rotors Limited in Inuvik. Fred Carmichael is a founding member of the Inuvik Aviation Council, was a board member for Gwich'in Helicopters Limited, and continues his relationship as an aviation consultant. He has served as a board member of the Métis Development Corporation of the Northwest Territories, as city councillor for Inuvik, and as president of the Métis Local in Inuvik. In 1998, the airport at his hometown was named the Aklavik Freddie Carmichael Airport, and a Cessna 170, once owned by Fred's Antler Aviation, is now mounted and used as a wind vane at the Inuvik Airport. Since 2002, Fred has been chairman of the Aboriginal Pipeline Group, and as a founding member of the Mackenzie Aboriginal Corporation, he served as a board member from 2005 to 2009. For 8 years, Fred served as Grand Chief and President of the Gwich'in Tribal Council and Gwich'in Development Corporation. Known to his friends as Freddie, when he left the position in 2008, he was honored by the establishment of the Fred Carmichael Scholarship Fund to support upgrading students at the Aurora campus of Aurora College in Inuvik. Freddie Carmichael has supported Northern aviation for more than 60 years and was one of the first members of the Northern Air Transportation Association, which has recognized him with lifetime honorary membership. His many awards include receiving a National Aboriginal Achievement Award, induction to the Canadian Council of Aboriginal Business Hall of Fame in 2006, and in recognition of his many accomplishments and contributions, Fred was installed as a member of the Order of Canada in 2009. In 2013, Fred was granted an honorary Doctor of Laws degree from the University of Saskatchewan. Freddie can boast of 60 years of accident-free flying in one of the most challenging regions of the world. And ever since he earned his first pilot's license, aircraft and northern Canada have been closely tied together. At his home near Inuvik with his wife Mickey, aircraft remain a regular part of his life, with his de Havilland Otter and Cessna 180 aircraft literally at his doorstep. Aviation pioneer, entrepreneur, and strong supporter of his community, Frederick James Carmichael was inducted as a member of Canada's Aviation Hall of Fame at ceremonies held in Ottawa on June 9, 2016.